What's going on, guys? My name is Joe Fairwell, and I've got Josh Yost with me. We're both with Team Atlas Gunworks, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about the difference between 9mm minor and 9mm major. Because when you're out here on the range and you pick up ammo off the ground, it may look the same, but it is very, very different.
Absolutely.
So the gun that I run is the Atlas Erebus, and this one's really designed for 3-gun or just fun shooting in general. But Josh, what do you run for USPSA?
So as of right now, USPSA, I'm running the Chaos version 1 for the next week or so, and I'll be grabbing the version 2 that's coming out very shortly for the 2022 season. And that's also in 38 Super Comp or 9 Major, but I'm shooting 9 Major this season.
So the difference between 9 minor and 9 major, this gun, the Erebus, is designed around the 9 minor, and it's your traditional, regular, off-the-shelf 9mm cartridge. And there's a misconception around the Erebus that you have to run some super hot ammo to make it work. And I will tell you that I've run everything. I've run everything from steel case wolf ammo. I don't necessarily recommend that. I've run aluminum case stuff. I've run your basic blazer brass. That's what I'm running today. I've run super soft loads, all the way through like high-end competition loads. Now I don't run 9 major in this, and that's important because the springs that are in here are not set up for that. Whereas what do you do for your ammo?
Yeah, so as of right now, I'm loading my own ammo. All components coming right off the shelf, and then compiling them on a Dillon press. So it's very important, like Joe's saying, you can't just pick up rounds off the ground or brass off the ground, because this has to be loaded to certain specs in order to cycle the gun, cycle the comp. And the idea is you want to load it to where you get a linear repeatable fashion on the dot, right? And that's very important as you're trying to transition quickly and shoot quickly, right? So drag racing, but in the shooting world. So
what's the difference between like this right here, which is coming out about 1100, 1150 feet per second, it's a 115 grain bullet. What's the difference in that?
Yeah, so what I'm shooting right now, I'm shooting a 127 grain brass monkey bullet, and it's about 1350, 1400 feet per second for like a 165, 170 power factor, which you need in order to shoot major scoring in USPSA.
Now, major scoring is simply different points based off of your outside the A zone hits. So a Charlie, for me, shooting minor is going to be 3 points, and a Delta is 1 point, and it's 4 and 2, right?
2, yeah.
So he gets a little bit better points on the scoring, unless you hit alphas. Alphas are the same.
That's right.
That's always the goal, right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, the difference between this and that is this is going to be just fine in all of your standard factory guns. That right there has a potential for damaging your guns, and you don't want to run that. You will absolutely feel the difference between shooting one of these and one of those. Don't pick up random ammo off the ground when you go to a range, because you don't know who's loaded it or where it's come from. Even if it says Blazer or Federal on the back on the head stamp, it could be something that somebody else loaded, and you want to avoid that. Anything else about the V1 versus V2, which I know you're excited about getting this year?
Absolutely excited. Big things that are changing, as you guys have probably seen on the website, that the comp, and they de-stroke the V2. So for guys that want to go fast, it's a better option to be able to pull the trigger a lot quicker. Kind of going back though, backtracking on the picking ammo up off the ground, we had a guy in our match today. Open gun went down, he pulled out a carry optics gun, and just was about to shoot open ammo out of his carry gun, and we actually ended up looking at how his barrel SAMI-spec, and if he would have shot that ammo out of that gun, he would have blew it into pieces. So luckily for him, we looked at it, we got him some minor ammo, and he actually got to shoot a safe match. So
it's really important to make sure that you're doing that. I've experienced that too, where I had a friend who left ammo, and I literally loaded up mags. I was going to go and train, and I texted him right beforehand, and I'm like, hey man, is this ammo major or minor? He's like, oh no, that's definitely major. I'm like, whoo! I'm glad I took that stuff out. So always check your ammo, know the difference between the two. If you're going to be running major power factor ammo, make sure that's in a separate box, completely well marked so that there's no question about it. And then just keep in mind too that setting up the gun for the ammo is important. So my Erebus is tuned for minor ammo, and like I said, I've run everything through it. It doesn't have to have a hot ammo or not. Certain ones feel better, certain ones run the comp better. I know some of the softer shooting, like 147 grain, like soft, slow moving ammo, I don't like the recoil impulse on it because it feels slow. So I like a 115 or a 124 grain, just regular factory ammo. Some people have different preferences, so try out a couple different ammos. Just know that the guns aren't that picky unless you get into the guns that are built for major power factor. Those you really have to run it, right?
Oh, yeah. There are options though. If you want to change out the spring weights, this gun will cycle ammo. That's minor and major. You just have to know what springs you have in your gun at the time, and it'll cycle pretty much everything.
Is there any place that you can get factory 9 major ammo?
Yeah, there's a couple manufacturers right now. So Atlanta Arms makes major Ely ammo, which has been superior and a sponsor to USPSA major events, including nationals. There's a couple other good manufacturers out there.
Everglades is another one that does a lot of 9 major. So check it out. You can find a few factories out there that make major ammo. But it's not a whole lot of them because there's just higher risks and higher pressure. So,
that's right.
Anything else?
I think that's about it.
Cool. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit for Atlas Gunworks. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit up Josh Yost or myself on Instagram or shoot an email to Atlas Gunworks. And be sure to check out the new line that's coming out for 2022.